Kingdom values a lot of things, but one of the things is faith. And it's out of Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is confident in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. They're giving us a clue that we've got to have faith in order to believe that it's going to happen, like to see the process come forth. Because can we imagine what it is? We can't see in the heavenlies necessarily. Some of you are seers. I'm going to take that back. Some of you have the gift of seeing, right? How many of you are seers in this room? Love it, love it, love it, love it. I would ask you right now what you're seeing, but I'll just wait and do that later. All right? It's good though. Some of us can see. Some of us, it'll actually come on us and lift off. Some of us have that prophetic. All right? I'm a seer certain times, and I'm not other times. And you know what? I just go, okay, Lord, whatever gift, whatever it is you want to anoint me with tonight, whatever it is, I'll take it, Lord. And whatever, especially if it's a vision or a dream, if it's that prophetic insight, I love praying that in because I know it's not me. I can't figure that I can't. I'm not that good, right? I'm not that good. I'm not that clever. I got the overwhelming joy of being the leader of intercession while we were in Brazil for a team of about 80 people. This is a sidebar, but I promise I'm going to come back. Because when I intercede, in my church, when we've been taught to intercede and when we've been developing intercession teams, we sometimes relate intercession with something hard, right? We think of it as this hard. How many of you actually go, I don't want to intercede because that's just hard? How many of you have heard that word and you go, it's not for me? How many of you have heard that, right? It's okay. It is okay. Because how many times I've never really seen a joyful intercessor. I just never seen one, right? So I'm just saying, as growing up, I just had this picture in my mind that it just wasn't, the two just didn't align. Benny Johnson wrote a great book called, I believe it's called The Happy Intercessor, if you've not read it. It's an excellent book. And so with our intercession teams, we learned actually to really just let the gifts flow through us, right? And as intercessors, we also must remember that it's the assignment, and then we release it, and then we need to, it's okay, we're not bearing it, right? And that's the hard part, is the intercessor gets stuck bearing things. She does an excellent job of teaching that we have a physical world that we can see and touch, right? We have all that we can see and touch. There's the second realm where we have the angelic and the demonic, and then there's actually a third realm. Okay, so we have layers, right? Our intercessors tend to get stuck in the second layer because they can see A lot of them can see, so they see the demonic, and they see the angelic, and they see the warfare, and they get exhausted by it, right? So if you go back to Father God, Jesus, and here's Stephanie, the intercessor. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? I look to Jesus, and where's he seated? He's seated above everything, right? He's seated above everything. Everything is below his feet. If I am seated next to him as an intercessor, all I got to do is lean in and say, what's going on? You're showing me this. What's going on? What do you want me to pray in? And now, instead of me in the battle praying, I'm actually praying from heaven down. And it's this throne room thinking. So what I was able to do is I take that down to Brazil with me. And I did it the last time I was there. And when they asked for volunteers, I said, well, I did it last time. If you need someone, they're like, you're in. I said, really, you don't have to. I'll just be your backup. They're like, you're in. What a beautiful thing. To bring a group of people together. So they usually only ask for about 3 or 4 intercessors, and I pipe up on the bus of like 60 people. I go, excuse me, there is plenty of room for more intercessors anytime. So if anybody wants to pray with us, blah, blah. Well, the word got out about how much fun we were having interceding, that by the time we were done, we were having 20 and 25 people intercede during service time. Amen. And I cannot even tell you what rolled out of their mouths, the angelic activity they saw, and the absolute breakthrough that we saw in the room. It was really sweet because I was actually able to talk to Randy about it and talk just how, and it's not that we wanted to think that we were impactful, what did we do for you? That's not what it was. It was, did you feel a difference, right? Because that's what it's all about, right? And they had, our last night of impartation was unbelievable. There was hardly a body left in a chair of about probably 2,000 people. And they said they have never seen, and this was a church that's the first time they'd ever done impartation at that church. This was a Baptist church in Brazil. Yay, God, right? Jesus showed up. So this intercession piece, it's about having this faith of the things of the unknown and the unseen and releasing it. It's a beautiful thing to be able to release people in their giftings. And what we saw in those intercessory rooms, in that intercessory time, is the Lord was able to use me to just speak into somebody and release them into something. Does that make sense? Yeah. To take the border down where they felt that they were in a box praying, and I'd be like, no, that's, and they went after it. And just beautiful things happened. And then I sat back like a mom. I was like, oh, this is great. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, and we just were really blessed by it. But I just want to, if you feel there's walls around you, that there's these barriers that you're not understanding what they are, I want you to seek that out. Ask the Lord, what's that about? Because He did not put barriers around you. He's not the one putting those up. It may be something that you need prayed off, but it also may be something that you have put up. And that's okay, because He's a good God. Didn't we just sing about that? Yeah. Didn't we just sing about His goodness over us? Yeah. And when He wants to take us through things and He wants to tear down barriers, He does them in a really sweet way. Mm-hmm. Because He's a good God. Mm-hmm. Yeah, He's a good God, and we need to trust Him because the kingdom is good. You felt it. You felt it. You feel it. We feel it right now. The kingdom is good, and it's waiting for us.